Hi guys, and welcome to today's pick a card reading. I am out in nature, and actually this is my second time recording this introduction, as has been the same a little bit with the reading. So this has actually been 2 days in the making, because whenever I go outside, for some reason noises just follow me like crazy. So it was nice and peaceful and quiet, just a few birds chirping in the trees. And when I was just about to record pile one, this helicopter started just flying in circles over me, and I just went, really? And I waited for it to go, but it just kept circling in the same spot, and this was for quite some time. And I just couldn't believe it. So I just waited and I waited, and then eventually it went. So I did the recordings for pile 1 and pile 2, but then I had to do 3 and 4 the next day because, just again, more noises and disruptions, and I just couldn't believe it. I had people with dogs coming up to me, and, it was just, And so, and then when I came out today, to record the introduction again, because to be honest, I had actually forgotten that I needed to re-record the introduction because I did get interrupted. Once again, interruptions, people, walking past on their phones. You can hear a guy now in the background once again. So it's just unbelievable, guys. I just don't seem to have the peace and quiet with me when I do my recordings outside. So it's... You come out and you think you're really in tune with nature. This is going to be great. And, just for me, for some reason, guys, I just always get a lot of background noise, trucks, cars, helicopters, you name it. So anyway, guys, like I said, this is a yes or no reading today. So any question that you have, yes or no. And, So basically, I don't know, there was something that I was going to say and I've immediately forgotten it, so that's fine. Couldn't have been that important, as they say. So, so there are 4 piles today, and I have a beautiful new deck. That's what I wanted to talk about. So you guys, most of you will know it. It's the Light Seers Tarot. I have been wanting this deck for so long, and finally was able to get it, and it's such a beautiful deck, and I'm really happy that I have it. So I'm using this today for the first time for my channel, so woohoo! And also I've added some pictures in. You will be seeing them now as I'm talking, of where I am recording this, and as you can see, it looks very nice and peaceful. But yes, once again, I'm me, so it is unbelievable the amount of interruptions and noises and things that go on. So, yeah. I feel like, honestly, guys, I could probably move to a little island somewhere that nobody knows about, and still I would be bothered by something or somebody. So I don't know. I just don't seem to get a lot of peace and tranquility at the moment. But anyways, that's totally fine. We've fixed it. It's fine. So, so 4 piles, yes or no. I'm going to give you guys a little bit longer this time to choose your pile, just because, straight away when you click on these things, not everybody already immediately has a question. Okay, so this gives you just a little bit more time to come up with a question and really focus on the piles. So like I said, 4 piles today, and timestamps as usual will be down in the description box as well as the comment section, okay? And the last thing that I want to say, guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. And if you are a returning person, a returning subscriber, thank you once again. And, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Okay, I have so much fun doing these readings. I love doing them for you guys. So please, subscribe, because you're going to get just more of my awesome content. And who doesn't want that, right? So subscribe, guys, like if you enjoyed, because that always helps me out as well. Other than that, I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and let's get into the piles. Hey Pile 1, and welcome to today's reading. So I am out in nature today, and oh my god guys, I have to tell you, just every time I try and record outside, just so many noises, so many things going on, people interrupting. It's happening right now. When I initially went to record your guys' pile, I had to pause because there was a helicopter overhead and everything. It was just crazy. So as per usual guys, if you hear any background noise, I do apologize. I was hoping that these would be like, calm and peaceful. You'd hear some chirping birds, which you can hear right now, without any other noises, but it's not always the case. So anyways, without further ado guys, we are going to get into your reading today. Now I have 4 cards with 4 clarifiers, and we are asking the question yes or no, okay, to whatever question it is that you have in your mind today. Now, pile 1, let's go through your cards first of all. We have the Hanged Man, clarified by the Emperor. We have the Devil, clarified by the Sun. We have the Hermit, clarified by the Queen of Swords. And we have the Hierophant, clarified by the 6 of Swords, okay? Now, the first card that I really want to start off with here is the Devil. So I feel like your question, guys, is around, will you get out of some kind of situation or something that is not serving you? It could even be an addiction for some of you guys as well. Some sort of toxic energy, toxic person even, or toxic scenario. Something that does not serve you guys, right? So that's what we talk about with the Devil energy. Now we do have the Sun card clarifying this. So there is hope at the end of the tunnel, right? There is happiness, okay? You guys will get out of this situation. Now, so I do feel that mainly for you guys this is a yes, but we're going to get into some more details, okay? So we have the Hanged Man here. So I feel like in order for you guys to sort of remove yourself from this situation, or to rather release yourself from the chains, much like is portrayed on the Rider-Waite tarot deck for the Devil, you guys need to use this Hangman energy to see things in a different perspective, a different light, okay? So there's something here about you guys needing to change your view of things in order to help you figure out how you can move forward. Now, we have the Hangman clarified by the Emperor. Now, so the Emperor, he's a leader. This is someone who likes, the rules and order, the law and order, right? This is someone who demands respect, all those kinds of things. And I feel that, this is also Aries energy, by the way, just to go through them quickly while I interrupt myself here. So we have Aries energy, the Devil, we have Capricorn, the Hermit, we have Virgo energy, the Hierophant, we have Taurus energy, Leo with the Sun, so, and of course some air energy there with the 6 of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So I do feel like we've got the Earth, fire and air. There are no water signs, but that doesn't mean that this isn't your pile, guys, okay? But anyways, so you may be Aries, but you don't have to be. So, or this could be someone in question, maybe even, but I don't feel that. I feel like this is more the energy that you guys well, there's 2 scenarios. I'll get to that. Anyways, so the Emperor, right? So, yeah, and so I feel like this is you guys sort of applying more structure to your life, right? Sort of going, okay, I need to be more, I need to set some rules with myself, in a sense, in order to move forward from this, or to approach things in a different way. So for instance, guys, if this is perhaps an addiction maybe that you're trying to overcome, right? And I will say, and even now I'm wanting to cough, when I went to do when I was pulling your cards, rather, I did notice there was an issue with my throat chakra, and I was having a hard time, and I kept coughing. So this could be something to do with the throat chakra. You may be needing to heal your throat chakra. This could be, what this is about. See, now I'm stuttering. And so for some of you, this could be, if we're talking like addiction, for instance, right? This may be you guys wanting to quit smoking, for instance, right? And so with, the quit smoking, for instance, you may be setting yourself some rules. So, okay, today, I'm going to cut down the amount of cigarettes I have. And, I'm going to keep doing that daily until I can, cut down a little bit more and a little bit more. Or, maybe it's, if you're doing something else to help you with that, like, I don't know, the gum or the patches or something, right? You're reminding yourself, don't forget, you've got to put the patch on, don't forget, and you're creating sort of like a routine for yourself. There's something here about, you sort of being a little bit, now I don't want to say hard on yourself, that's not quite how I mean it, but being firm with yourself in terms of like, no, I really have to buckle down and I have to sort of create some kind of system here or something to, some kind of rules here that are going to, guidelines rather is what I want to say, to sort of help you move forward, right? That you're sort of vowing to yourself that you're going to stick to. Now, we do have the Hermit here. So with the Hermit energy, this is about going within, right? This is about inner wisdom. This is about, sort of going in on that inner journey. So this may be something that is sort of awakening you a little bit as well, but I feel like this is you sort of going inward here and really trying to get to what is causing this. For some of you, maybe, there are other things at play here that have led you to the situation you're in now, or, whatever it is that you're dealing with, be it a person, be it a situation, or be it some kind of, like I said, addiction or something like that, something that's not good for you, right? Some kind of behavior that's not serving you. And so, taking some time out, you may sort of want to take a break from the goings on around you, in the sense of, maybe, for instance, let's say if you're having issues with alcohol, for instance, maybe you're going to say, well, I'm not going to go out partying or anything because that's a temptation for me. So I'm going to stop doing that for a little bit while I figure this out, right? That kind of a thing. Whatever it may be. And I feel like you guys just taking that time with yourself. Okay, and I do feel like this is a bit of a solo journey here for you guys. However, I am seeing something else here as well, and I'll get to that. But with the Queen of Swords, so this is somebody who, gets to the truth, right? This is the swords, suit of swords, right? So we're talking about the head here, head over heart. This is someone who is head over heart, and I feel like this is what you guys need to do right now, in order to move forward. Okay, there's a need to kind of detach from the emotional side of things here, and look at things from a really practical point of view, from a logical point of view, because that's really what's going to help you to move forward, and that's what's going to assist you, like I said, with the Emperor, if you are embracing this Emperor energy, for instance, to create more structure in your life, and these guidelines that are really going to help you come out of this devil energy. And the great thing too, though, about the Queen of Swords, right, and this will get to the other thing that I was about to say, is the Queen of Swords, she listens to other people, right? So she can take other people's viewpoints, opinions and things like that, but she doesn't necessarily follow them to the letter. She'll take it and she'll say, okay, that's interesting, and then she'll go away, she'll think about it, and she'll cut it down, or filter it out, right, until she gets to what she believes is the truth of the matter, right? And I was nearly going to say the heart of the matter, which is funny too, because I like on this card how it's depicted with the cup of water, right, that's behind bars, because she's really understanding that this is a need for practical, logical solution here, and so she's keeping the heart sort of at bay, and really working with the head here for the answer. And but what I was going to say in regards to her being open to others is, so we have the Hierophant here, right? Now the Hierophant, this can talk about a mentor. This can talk about or some kind of a teacher. So I do feel like for some of you guys, maybe there's some kind of a person, and I want to say the word that keeps coming to mind is influencer. So for some of you, this isn't necessarily somebody that you are physically dealing with, so you haven't maybe met them face to face. This is just for some of you, right? you haven't met them face to face, but you're learning from them. So maybe this is someone online, for instance. Usually when we talk about influencers, we're talking about social media a little bit, right? So maybe this is someone with a YouTube that has gone through a similar thing. Maybe you're looking up, people that are going through what you're going through, and you're hearing some stories and you're going, oh, hey, this is this person that really resonates with me. And they've been through this and they've got to the other side, right? They've got to their sun. And, you just feel like those words really resonate with you. What they're saying really, really speaks to you. And so you're kind of, taking a little bit of their experience, their knowledge that they're passing on. And they may have a little bit of that Emperor energy, right? And so you're sort of taking from them and going, okay, how can I apply this to my situation? How can I apply this to my life? Now, I still don't feel necessarily like, for some of you that you're, fully taking that on as word, but, it's a good influence, and it's kind of like, okay, this is spurring me on to make some changes, and to even, that could be that thing, that's that hangman energy for you that gives you that different perspective, in order to see things a little bit differently and go, okay, I didn't see that before in perhaps my situation, if it resonates. And then you go, okay, this actually could be my way out. This could be, because this is, another way of seeing things. This is another perspective, right? Another side. Now, the Hierophant also too can speak about, study and things like that. So maybe there is something that you're learning, for instance, that's going to help you overcome this devil energy. So there could be some kind of study involved here, or some sort of knowledge that you're obtaining, right? And the Hierophant, once again, also can be... Sorry guys, I know I'm saying a lot, and I do that a lot on my readings. I've tried so hard to stop doing that, and it's unbelievable how I don't know, I keep doing it. Sorry, if that's annoying, I'm sorry. So the Hierophant can also be about spirituality, or some kind of religion, right? I couldn't think of the word for some reason. So religion. So maybe, there's a religion that you're coming into knowledge about, finding out about, or maybe there's something that you thought, I've kind of, thought about getting more into that, learning more about that, and maybe this is something that's really going to help you come out of this devil energy as well. So you may be, turning to a religion here for some of you even. And that kind of might, work a little bit with the Emperor, in the sense of maybe there are some rules and guidelines that this religion, sort of has in place. And so that, is that structure there is kind of helping you with this devil energy. So that's for some of you as well. Now, also too, the Hierophant can be about like commitments and things. It can be marriage, right? In some ways. So for some of you, maybe this could be about a marriage. But look, I really don't want to tie that down to too many people, because, this is a general reading. So that may be for, a very small few of you. But in general, whatever this is that you're getting over, it's a situation. In general, it's a person directly, or it's, like I said, something that is not a behavior that you've taken on that's not serving you. You're coming out of it here with the Six of Swords, okay? So this is about coming into the calmer waters. So for some of you, because on this card, she is so close to that shore, she is practically, she's there. So I feel like for you guys, maybe you've already weathered a lot of the storms, and you're coming into the last bit of sort of release, I want to say. Almost, I'm thinking about the Judgment card now, so almost this is like a period of liberation for you guys as well from this devil energy. And looking at the Devil card as well, just while I think about it before I go back to the Six of Swords. So the Devil does have an inverted, I like how all these cards are portrayed, they're beautiful, but the Devil has a inverted pentagram on there as well. So I feel like some of you guys, you may be fellow witches, so if you resonate with the inverted pentagram, not saying that you utilize that or anything in your practices or whatever, but just being like the knowledge of knowing what an inverted pentagram was, because it's related to Aleister Crowley. And actually, I never know how to say that right. I don't know if it's Crowley or Crowley. I did hear someone in a documentary once say Crowley, and I thought, oh, is it really? Because I've always said Crowley, but I think that's just because of Black Sabbath, and I just take the same pronunciation as Ozzy Osbourne. But anyways, I just wanted to say that because I feel like there could be some fellow witches out there that are watching this, or someone maybe. Even now I'm hearing someone may have dabbled in some black magic. Maybe you've literally had a bit of a dance with the devil, and maybe you dabbled in some things that you weren't understanding at the time, And that's the thing, if you are spiritual, or if you are a fellow witch or something like that, it's really easy in the beginning for us to accidentally get into things that we don't know enough about, and we think that this is, innocent or whatever, but we're kind of playing with fire, and you've got to be very careful, when you're opening that veil, or you're lifting the veil between the 3D and the 5D, right, or other realms, because if you're not protected, or you don't really know what you're doing, then you can invite any kind of energy in. So literally, maybe some of you are actually dealing with like an entity even, or something that has really disrupted things in your life, and maybe this is something you're trying to get rid of as well. But going back to the Six of Swords, so like I said, she's practically at the shore, right? So, but the thing I find interesting is on this card is, with the traditional Rider-Waite, we've got the swords that are stuck in the boat, and they're actually like in the middle of the seas, it kind of looks like. So you don't really get to see, you can only assume what's going to happen, right, when they get to the shore. And, obviously you sort of say to yourself, well, hopefully they don't take those swords with them, right? Because the swords represent what they're meant to be leaving behind, right? This is part of the rough seas. They're coming into the calmer waters. So, for some reason they've taken them with them, but it's like, well, you leave them on the boat, don't actually take them with you. So I just find it interesting here because she's so close to the shore, and she's in this one. Of course, it's not actual swords, but it's the she's got a briefcase, no, a suitcase, and I notice she's hanging onto it. So it's kind of like she's almost preparing to step off with that briefcase. So I kind of want to say to some of you, just be very careful when you do, get into the calmer waters, when you're heading towards the sun and that beautiful happiness and everything that you deserve. Just be very careful not to take anything with you that doesn't serve you anymore. So really sever those ties to anything that, like I said, that is not needed in your life moving forward. Okay, so this is your reading, guys. I really don't think I have to say too much more about it. So I feel like if your question was, are you going to get out of this situation if this is something toxic, something that's not serving you, the answer is yes, guys. I do feel like you will get out. It is a lot based on the effort that you're going to put in, right, to doing this. It does mean that you are going to have to spend some time going within. It does mean that you're going to have to be like I said, a bit firm with yourself, taking on that Emperor energy, right, really following those guidelines. For instance, too, if you've joined something, so with the Hierophant, right, if this is like some kind of addiction, right, sorry, I know I keep going back to that, but maybe that is the situation for quite a few of you. If you've joined a group, so like maybe it's group therapy, or maybe it's one of those group courses where you go and everyone says, hi, my name is such and such, and then you go around the group and you talk about your situation, and it's done in a group form. But they typically, I don't know, guys, I've not been to one of these, so I'm basing this actually, to be quite honest with you, off of what you see on TV. I don't know if they're like this, but if they are, you know how they do that whole like 10-step program kind of deal. So maybe that's related to that Emperor as well. Maybe you're really the help that you're receiving here, if it is from an outer source, but again, you know, that's going to come from you as well, right? Because you need to take that first step to admitting that there's a, you know, maybe there's an issue here, there's something that's not serving you. I mean, that's always the hardest step. The first step is realizing that, okay, this isn't working, right? I deserve better, right? Things should be better. So, you know, there's that, but also, you know, it is going to, you know, be an action on your part, take something on your part to take that first step, to maybe even join a program like that. You know what I'm saying? So there is, you know, it does have to come from you. But if you're working with someone, right, in terms of that, or you're working with others, if this is a group situation, you know, again, I feel like that could be related to that emperor of having those guidelines to follow. But maybe that is going to be, you know, really good for you, and it's kind of like, you know, they're setting up the rules for you in a sense. So maybe it's not just solely you, but there's something that you're collectively doing with others, and there's already guidelines set in place, and and you're sort of, you know, following through with those as well. So, but yeah, guys, this was your reading. So I do feel like it's a yes for you guys, okay? So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I appreciate that very, very much. But the like really helps me get out there more, guys, and be seen by more people, which I would love, because then, of course, you know, my messages can reach the masses. So thank you very much for listening and joining in today. Take care, and I will hopefully talk to you on the next reading. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. Okay, welcome to your reading. So we are asking a yes or no question today. So let's get into it. Now, we have 4 cards and 4 clarifiers. And I am outside, guys, so if you hear any background noise, I do apologize. So we have the 7 of Pentacles clarified by the Empress. We have the 6 of Pentacles clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Swords clarified by the Judgment. We have the Ace of Pentacles clarified by the Temperance. So guys, what I am feeling here, so I want to start off with the 7 of Pentacles. So this could be something that you guys, there's a few scenarios here, right, guys? And again, this is for the general public, so this is the collective sort of. So, you know, there's different meanings here. I can't really get too much into specifics, but the 7 of Pentacles. So this is something, a project perhaps, that, you know, you are midway through, or maybe you started and, you know, you didn't see it coming to fruition the way you hoped it would. You know, maybe things weren't happening the way you thought they would. You weren't satisfied, I don't feel, guys. And, you know, maybe you walked away from this, or maybe you're just wondering, you know, where's the growth? What's happening here? You know, maybe there's a bit of discontent as well. Maybe you've lost a bit of interest here in what you're doing as well. And sometimes that can happen if we don't see, you know, we don't often, you know, if we're really excited about something, let's say, right? Now the Empress here, this is clarified by the Empress, and she, you know, can talk about new ideas, right? That she's you know, she's all about fertility, right? So this could be the birthing of a new project here. But I feel more, you know, this has been something that you've done recently or in the past, that you've birthed. But it's like, you know, we do get a bit antsy, we do, and we think, you know, I really want this to happen quickly, and that's not always how it works. And, you know, especially too if there's things like divine timing and stuff at play, or there's other people involved, right, that can, you know, change the pace of things if we're not just doing this, you know, as a solo project or a solo thing. I do feel, just saying for most of you guys, I do feel like this is, you know, something obviously material. We have a lot of Pentacles here. So this is, you know, a business idea, this is a project, this is something material, right? Or this could be your finances as well. You know, maybe some of you have been trying to grow your finances, of course, you know, that works in terms of business as well, if it's something that you're wanting financial return on. And, you know, there's a need of like, there's a feeling, of like, well, things have stopped. There's a bit of a halt, and I'm not seeing progress. But you've got to think about it just in the way that the card has been portrayed here. You know, we plant seeds, and sometimes we don't even realize we've planted a seed. We really don't. Sometimes we come up with an idea and we start working on it, and something happens and we don't continue with it. But what we don't realize sometimes is we've already planted the seed. And although we can't see any growth, we can't see anything happening, things are happening in the background. And it is very much like a plant. If you plant a seed, you're not going to wake up the next morning and the plant's going to be fully grown, right? That's not going to happen. If you're wanting to start a vegetable garden, for instance, in your backyard, and you buy all these seeds and you start planting them, and you've got good intentions and you're very excited about it, and you go, oh, look at all the great fresh vegetables that I'm going to have to cook with, right, and to eat, and so you wake up the next morning and you run out to the garden or something, and oh, is there anything happening? No, okay. And you see the next day, is there anything happening? No, still not. Okay. And maybe you'll see a bud or two, and that gets you a bit excited, and you go, oh, there's a little bud, something is happening. But it's not happening in our time frame, the way we would like it to happen, as fast as we would like it to go. And so we kind of get a bit discouraged, or we get a bit bored, and we think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this, maybe this maybe this isn't going to work out. And so we sort of take that attitude. Excuse me, guys. Now, what I want to say here is, like I said, the seed has been planted. So and with the Empress, right, also representing Mother Gaia, and being very nurturing, motherly energy here, I feel like, this is you guys really sort of needing, or maybe you have really felt like you've mothered this project, you've really nurtured this, but I'm still not seeing what I wanted to see out of this project. Maybe you're feeling like I need to walk away. Now, for some of you, this could be maybe you're still very into the project, okay, or this business, but you're not seeing the financial return that you were hoping for. So you're like, well, this is still really what I want to do, and I'm enjoying it, but it's not providing for me financially like I hoped that it would. So there could be an issue around this as well. Now we have the Six of Pentacles here. So I feel like, and that's clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. Now the Queen is, again, that motherly energy. So this is someone very nurturing, very caring, right? The Queen is great because she, obviously very material, right? She's the businesswoman, but also, and again, when I say, she and things like that, it's not gender specific, guys. I'm just tapping into the energy of the card, right? But the Queen of Pentacles, she's like in terms of, let's say she's got a family, right? She's the businesswoman, so she can bring home the bread, but she can also cook it too, or like serve it to the family. Do you know what I'm saying? Like she's the mother as well. She can balance the two. She's very balanced, and that's interesting too because we have Temperance, right? So there's maybe a bit of an issue here with balance here, with you guys at the moment. Maybe you're struggling to balance things out here within the whatever this is you're asking about, right? But anyway, so she's got I would say obviously good business sense, right? And I feel like, for you guys, this being clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the energy that I'm getting here, what I'm getting from these cards is that there could be someone coming in to help you out, right? This Queen of Pentacles to help you out with this situation. Now, there's two scenarios here because, of course, I have to go through all the scenarios, guys, being it is a general reading. So for some of you, there could be someone coming in to help. There's some sort of financial aid here, perhaps. I usually take this as financial aid, but it could be something in the material sense. I'll talk about that in a minute. That's not finances. We'll get to that. But this could be putting you in that Queen of Pentacles energy, right? Or this could be a Queen of Pentacles that is coming in to assist you, right? So make it fit your situation. But this is some kind of assistance. It's some kind of a help that's coming in for you here. So, like I said, this could be someone literally, maybe it's an investor, maybe you're thinking, okay, I've got the great ideas, I've even got the great product, but I'm struggling to get it going. I'm struggling to put this out there. And so this Queen of Pentacles is coming in and saying, look, I will financially back you because I believe in you and I believe in your idea. Maybe that if they are what did I just say? now I've lost the word, guys. I was going to say influencer. Maybe maybe there's someone that's they're a bit of an influencer, as well. Investor, sorry. Yes, that's the word. So, if you do have an investor coming in here, they're going to have that motherly energy. So I feel like they're going to be very gentle with you. They're not going to be like, look, your business should be running like this, and this, or you should be doing that. I think they're going to be quite gentle with you and, sort of really talk you through the process. I don't think they're going to be somebody either who's going to be demanding too much. Just really supportive, I feel like, and not just in the, material sense. So, for others of you too, I feel like, this could be in when I said, other material things, this could be like a new supplier, for instance, right? So maybe you make something by hand, it's jewelry, whatever it is, and then this is a new supplier coming in saying, hey, you found someone else who maybe make something of higher quality for less. Or you're able to afford it, but it's better quality than what you've got now. I didn't know this person existed, and you know what? They're closer to where I am. I can bulk buy this and that and whatever else. So there's something here perhaps around that as well that you may be getting. That's just for some of you, right? That's helping you out here with this Seven of Pentacles energy. So we have the Nine of Swords. So there's definitely worry here around this. I think this is something that you guys have been worried about. And, with that clarified by the Judgment, well, guys, that's your liberation. This is your worries being lifted, okay? This is you really feeling a lot freer. And I feel like this is in terms of you guys getting some kind of financial aid here, some kind of financial support, or there's just something coming in for you guys that is going to assist you, that is going to help you continue to grow this project and continue to move forward. And I just heard it's like get second wind, right? So it's like if you have sort of become a bit bored with this project, if you thought, okay, this isn't working out how I thought it was, this isn't giving me the return I thought it was going to give, financially, maybe I should just give up. If this is your question, should I give up? The answer is no, guys, right? If that's your question, no, because there is assistance coming in for you guys. These worries, this Nine of Swords that is all about anxieties, stress, having sleepless nights, that's going to dissipate, that's going to go away. And, sort of like the Judgment card here, float away, right? And you're going to, I just hear it again, get that like second wind. You're going to be able to continue on here with this project. But if your question was, are you going to receive any help towards this business? Will you get the financial aid? Maybe you've applied for some kind of financial aid. Maybe you've been in contact with an investor or something like this. The answer is yes. Yes, you will. Now, are you going to be successful in this business? Like I said, if you're relating to being that energy of the Queen of Pentacles, becoming that Queen of Pentacles, yes, you will be successful with this. This can happen. And I see too, because the Empress can be about like literal fertility too as well. And I do want to talk about that in a minute, but more in a minute. But I just heard like, this is my baby. So for some of you, this is something that, you really put your all into, or there's something you really believe in, or it's something that sort of maybe comes from the heart, or it's something that, really speaks to you. It's like, this is my baby. So this is what I'm hearing for some of you. So you may resonate with that. Like this is something that, you've created from scratch for some of you, right? Now we do have the Ace of Pentacles here, so this is new beginnings, right? Aces are all about new beginnings, and this is, new money, this is new stability, right? So I do feel like this is you finally, getting to see the fruits of your labor for some of you, or, even if this is, for some of you, this may be starting anew, but I don't feel like you're dropping the project entirely. So it's like the idea is still there, but maybe you're birthing sort of like a new way to do this. You know what I mean? And maybe this is what this help's going to come in. And because I said they've got that motherly energy, maybe they've got some advice, and then maybe they say, your idea is great, but, perhaps you can do it this way instead of this way, because I think that's going to work out a lot better for you. So that could be something there, you know. Yeah, but we do have that clarified by the temperance. So I feel like, you know, there could be some, you know, issues with balance here, balancing a couple of things out. Maybe for some of you too, you know, there's been a bit of an issue where it's like, you know, again, like I said, you know, I'm fine in the product department of what I'm actually putting out there, or my services, right? What I'm actually doing with this, a business, this project, whatever it is for you guys. But, you know, I'm struggling to sort of, you know, cope at the same time with the financial side of things. And so there's a need to kind of, you know, get the two in balance, you know, somehow. But, you know, this is also about patience as well. And I do feel like, you know, that works very well with the Seven of Pentacles. You know, nothing sort of happens overnight, guys. Sometimes we really do need to have a bit more patience. Sometimes we get a lesson in patience, you know, it's not always fun. But and I feel like this is you guys being patient with yourself as well. So it's like that sort of coming to that understanding of like, you know, I need to be a little bit more softer with myself. Maybe some of this motherly energy could really be directed at self as well. Maybe you really need to sort of turn some of that inward, some of that energy, some of that Empress energy and the Queen of Pentacles, right? And say to yourself, you know, and I mean, you are the Empress, right? You know, see yourself in that light, you know, in that wonderful, you know, sort of, you know, Mother Gaia, goddess energy, right? And have that patience with yourself, because, you know, this may be, there may be some steps to take, right, that are going to kind of map out that, okay, this may not happen as quickly as I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, when you find out like, okay, well, your first year of business, for instance, you know, you're going to be focused on this. But when you get to your second year of business, you know, this will happen and then that'll happen. And so what you wanted for your end goal, which you're really hoping for, you're sort of now realizing, okay, that might be like 3 or 4 years away, maybe. This is just an example, guys, you know, but... And so you kind of, there was a little bit of like, oh, well, should I continue with this then? Because I have to wait like 4 years. But, you know, I'm sort of hearing like, don't give up on yourself, right? Do not give up on yourself, because, you know, you're about to get to that success. It's about to happen. And guys, look, I am the queen in a way of doing this. I've done it so many times in the past. And you know, it's funny. When I meet like new people sometimes, and they say, oh, you know, because, you know, people say like, you know, what do you do? So like, where do you work? What do you do? And I'm not going into that at the moment. That's a long story. That's a long story. But you know, there's a lot of projects that I've done, and you know, when people say, oh, you know, like, you know, I thought I might do this, I might do that. For instance, with my YouTube channel, right? So I say like, oh, I'm a tarot reader, right? I have a YouTube channel. I say, oh, okay, cool, that's really great, you know. And then they say, oh, you know, what else do you do? Do you do anything else? And, you know, I've got, you know, the motivational speaking podcast, you know. Oh, motivational speaking, wow, right, great, you know. But then, you know, I say, yeah, but then, you know, I also did do, and this is all very true. Because initially, sorry guys, I'm going to go off on a tangent for a minute. But initially, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a chef. And I've always loved hospitality, and hospitality has been my like major career for my life, but not doing it anymore. Of course, I don't do it now. But you know, I did want to be a chef, right? And so there is still always going to be a love and a tie for hospitality. I didn't end up getting to be a chef, by the way, just so you know. I did do a culinary course, but then I went to front of house instead, and I worked I worked at a hotel in banquets, running conferences and events. But anyways, we're not going to get into that. So, but hospitality was a thing, right? And it still is. And I there was a period there where I thought to myself, you know, because I have thought for a long time, how great would it be to be a food critic? And I thought that'd be great. But I thought, like, you know, I don't know how you actually get to be, you know, like the ones that actually go to the Michelin star restaurants and stuff. And so I thought, I don't know how that works. So, but then I thought, well, you know, like, just make a website, you know, start doing reviews and start going around. And so I did, and I got really into that, but then I wasn't seeing the fruits of my labor, and I got really disheartened, and I left it. I did. And you know, I sort of do look back and I think, well, should I have left that? You know, maybe now if I'd have kept it going, I would be somewhere with it. I don't know, you know. And that's the thing, you know, and regret is a really crappy thing, right? So you know, I can resonate with having a lot of ideas. You know, that I had an idea while I was working at the hotel too, and I thought, you know, the morale is really bad in these places, you know. And we used to have to watch this video called Fish. I don't know, anyone else, if you work in hospitality, I'm sure at one point you've seen this Fish video, because even though it was made in like the 80s, I think they still show it. And it's basically just about this, you know, these people at a fish market, and there's this one particular stall where they sell, you know, fish, and they work really well as a team. And basically, like, you know, you've got the guy that, you know, sort of prepares the fish, and then he throws the fish to the next person who wraps it up, who throws it to the next person, and then they, you know, deal with the sale of the fish and blah blah blah, you know. But it's like that whole thing of, sorry for the background noise, guys, but it's a whole thing of teamwork and stuff like that. And so, you know, and they're always happy, and they're all like, hey, we love working here, and we are so excited to get up every day and be here, and it's this whole thing about teamwork, morale, all that sort of stuff, right? And so we had to watch, you know, but I still felt like, you know, there was a lack, and I felt like it kind of came more from the management side of things, not sort of understanding where we were coming from, you know, if you're talking about, like, you know, people under management, right, and things like that. So, you know, because I was a supervisor but wasn't a manager, but you know, it's that thing. And so I thought to myself, well, hey, you know, and I wanted to create this thing. It was called Motivate, and I was really excited about it, and I thought, I'm gonna, you know, create some guidelines, and I'm going to give them out to businesses. I'm going to go sell it to businesses. Like, this is what you should be doing with your people, right? In order to get them to be as productive as possible, to you know, enjoy their time at work as much as possible. You know, of course, you know, not everybody enjoys the job that they do fully, but, you know, to as best as you can, right? And all that kind of stuff, and the morale and all that. And I built the website and blah blah blah. But again, you know, another thing that I just went, and I actually did get quite busy at work, and so I sort of ended up having to sort of leave it behind. But, you know, my point is, guys, I can resonate with, you know, that whole, like, oh, you know, it's not really working out the way I thought it would, and you know, you're sort of quick to end things. But don't do that, guys, because, like, again, your situation I see here is there's some kind of aid coming in, there's some kind of help, and you guys are going to get to start to see the fruits of your labor here. So that is really, really wonderful. Now, for any of you here that came to this reading and you're thinking, oh, I wasn't asking about business, I wasn't asking about any of that, look, you know, I mean, the Queen of Pentacles, you know, she does have that motherly energy. She is the career mum. You know, if your worries are around, maybe you're about to be a mum and you're really in love with your career, because we have the Empress here as well, right? So maybe you're about to have children, or you have children, and, you know, you're sort of in that motherly role. And you're thinking, you know, there's some worries and concerns maybe about money, about supporting your family, right? Things like that. I do feel like, you know, yes, there is going to be financial assistance coming in for you. Okay, there's going to be things that are going to help you get out of this worry, this stress, in terms of finances, and perhaps in terms of the material as well. For some of you, you know, that's just a small few of you. I don't really see anything here in terms of actual, like, relationships. But, you know, if anyone's asking about, you know, parenthood and, you know, sort of whether they can support their family, support their children, I do believe that this is a yes, because I do see some financial aid coming in here. I do see new beginnings here with the Ace of Pentacles. And, you know, this may be a game of that temperance. This may be hard to balance things. Maybe you're trying to balance career and be a mum as well, and maybe that's really stressed you out, and maybe you're thinking, how do I balance the two? But I've got to, because I need to provide for my family. Maybe you are the breadwinner of the family, and so there's been a lot of stress on you in regards to that. But I do see that there is someone coming in to help financially, or even if it's not directly coming from somebody that's going to literally hand it to you and say, I want to help you out, here's the money, or here's this, here's that. It is coming from some kind of from a source, right? And it is going to help you guys out, and I do feel you are going to feel so much relief with that Judgment card there in regards to this. But there is a need to just have a little bit more patience, guys, and you are going to see the light at the end of the tunnel here. So I really hope that was helpful, guys. So I do feel like your answer is a yes. Okay, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. I would really appreciate it. The likes get me out there more, guys, so more people can see my content and the messages can get more to the masses. And if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, please do. I would love that so much. Become a part of the family. I can't wait for my family to keep expanding and growing. And lots of love to you guys, and I'll hopefully talk to you on the next reading. Bye. Okay, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are asking the question yes or no today, any question you want to ask. Now, with the other 2 piles, pile 1 and pile 2, I didn't do this. I don't know why, but I usually read out the cards first, and then I get into, the meanings and what I'm getting and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't do that for some reason with pile 1 and 2. But I feel like doing that with you guys. So you have the 8 of Pentacles, and I have clarifiers today. So clarified by the 9 of Swords, we have the Strength card clarified by the Temperance, we have the Chariot clarified by the Page of Swords, and we have the Wheel clarified by the High Priestess. So I'm going to start straight off here with the 8 of Pentacles. So this could be something for you guys work related. It could be something that you're doing with your hands. So it could be something that you're physically creating, or it's just some sort of physical work that you do. This can also be about skill sets as well. This can be about, learning more skills, perfecting those skills. This can be something too that may be repetitive, mundane, not mundane, it's not really the word I want to use, but like something that I'm kind of seeing like someone, for instance, that makes jewelry, let's say, for instance, right? And then you've got, X amount of orders of that same one bracelet. And so you're just like, sort of becoming a bit of a machine, and you're like, one after the other, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's a little bit repetitive. There could be something like that attached to what you're asking about here. We do have this lady here. She's looking at this candle. I don't know, maybe she made that candle, but she seems to be sort of analyzing it. It's burning, so I was nearly going to say perhaps it's not as she hoped it would be, the candle, but it is burning, so I guess that's why it looks the way that it does. I thought maybe she'd made a mistake, and it didn't turn out the way she wanted it to. But we have writing here on the right hand side. Some of you guys may be a writer, again, something you're doing physically with your hands, or producing something, actually literally making something here. Maybe there's something that you sell online or something like that. I don't know. This could be so far as just at the idea stage as well. So maybe you're not there yet. Okay, because we do have the Page of Swords here, and the Page of Swords is about the idea stage. Okay, it's about having these great ideas, and the Page of Swords too is about knowledge and skill sets as well. So, you may be at that stage where you're needing to expand your knowledge on something that you're wanting to start. Maybe you just don't have enough information. Maybe you don't have enough skills at this point in time. But that doesn't mean that you can't obtain them. It doesn't mean that you can't, through determination and things like that, learn how to do what it is that you're wanting to do, or more about it, right? Now we have the 9 of Swords clarifying the 8 of Pentacles here. So this can be some worry here. This can be a little bit of anxiety even. So maybe there's something that you're really wanting to do, if this hasn't happened yet, okay? If you're still at the idea stage, this is something perhaps that you're wanting to do, and maybe a little bit worried about, how am I actually going to make this happen? Can I actually turn this into a reality? And maybe the worry around this has to do with your skill set. Maybe you're feeling you're not skilled enough. Sometimes too, if this is in terms of starting a business, for instance, right, we can get a little bit discouraged by looking at, what else is out there. So all the other people that are in the same field and they're doing this, that, the other, and you go, oh my God, I have to compete with these people, or I have to, to try and, sometimes survive, but to become a success or something like that. This is what I've got to compete with, and maybe there's a bit of worry around that. And I'm noticing too, I'm speaking a lot faster than I was in the other two piles. So again, this kind of speaks to me that's sort of picking up that energy of that anxiety that you may be in right now. It's like, I don't know, can I do this? I don't know, maybe I can, maybe I can't, I don't know. Maybe you're going through this a bit in your mind a little too much, and this is the sword card, of course, so this is about the mind, about the thoughts, right? Our thought patterns process. And you're really stuck in your head about this. So we have the strength, okay, clarified by the temperance. Now, temperance is all about balance, moderation, patience, right? And I feel like this is needing to this is, what's the word I want to use? You need to have this, use this more with yourself, okay? In terms of be patient with yourself. So if there is something that that you need to perfect, to learn a bit more about, and you're thinking like, oh God, do I have the time for this? Can I do this? Maybe for some of you too, that's what it could be about as well. Maybe you realize there's some study involved here. In order for me to do this, I have to, maybe sign up for a course even. I have to do this. Do I have the time, on the side of everything else? But then this is something that I really want to do, or this is something I'm already doing, but in order to level up in some way, or to get ahead of my competitors, or to, turn this a little bit bigger than what it is right now. Maybe it started off as something a little bit small and you were happy with that, and maybe you're wanting to expand now. And so there's this bit of worry about whether we can do that or not. Can I expand? If I expand, I have to know a little bit more than what I do now. That means after school courses or after work courses or whatever, whatever your situation is. Can I do this? Do I have the time? So there could be a little bit of worry around that, right? But I'm hearing just having patience with yourself. Okay, being patient with yourself here, because this patience is going to pay off, okay? If you can find the time here, okay, to dedicate yourself to learning these skills, to honing these skills, of course, naturally, in the end, this is going to benefit you. And we do have the strength card here as well, right? So you have the strength, you have the courage, you have the ability to do this. So if you've been questioning that about yourself, can I do this? I don't know if I can do this. Yes, you can is the answer here. Okay? Yes, you can. So for some of you, if that was pretty much your question, the answer is yes. And again, I like how it's portrayed on this strength card, because we have the little sweet lamb here, and then we have, the lion as well. So again, the temperance talking about balance. Maybe there's a need to balance two sides out within yourself, balancing the lamb out with the lion a little bit. Maybe you're a little too sweet, a little too vulnerable or something like that. Maybe in the industry that you're in, or whatever you're wanting to do or wanting to start, there's a need to sort of release a bit of that lion or lioness energy, and sort of be in your power, your personal power a little bit more. But this is definitely saying that you have the ability, okay? You have the ability to do this. This is all about determination, okay? With the Chariot here. Sorry guys, my voice has gone funny now. This is all about determination, okay? You've set the goals. We kind of see that, that you've done this. I mean, we have the Page of Swords here. The idea is there. Like I said, if you're still at the idea stage, the idea is there. and you're wanting to move forward with this. Now, if it's something that's already active, something that you're already doing, this is you realizing that, perhaps I need to learn more, I need to gain more knowledge, I need to study more about this in order to be the best that I can be at this, or, with this, right? And so it's like, there's a need for this determination. You set the goals, and it's like, right, I'm going to follow through, right? The following through is really important here, and I'm going to obtain what I wanted to obtain. I'm going to get to where I wanted to get to. And the thing, though, with the Chariot, and of course, this guy here, there's no reins with the horses or anything, and we know reins control the horses in a way, right? So it feels like maybe things might be a bit hectic. There's, sort of a lack of control here, but you are in control. There may be some challenges ahead, okay? The Chariot can talk about there may be some kind of distractions, challenges, even some little obstacles, but the important thing is to remain focused, okay, on that energy that you've set, that intent, and just keep going towards your goals, because you can get there, you will get there, and we have the Strength card to back that up, okay? But like I said, with this Page of Swords, this may be a situation where you are needing to have a little bit more knowledge and a bit more wisdom. You may need to research some things. You may need to find out a little bit more about something, maybe even before moving forward, maybe before even taking off here with the Chariot. But, we have the Wheel here as well. So what I want to say here is, now the Wheel can talk about, I am like fated destiny kind of things right here. So maybe this is something fated that you're doing here, or it is something, the Wheel can talk about good luck and things as well. It does talk about how the wheel always turns. So what is up will come down, and what is down will come up. So make that fit your situation to wherever you feel you are right now. Once again, I just feeling this anxious energy. I'm a bit stuttery. I am wanting to talk really fast. So if you're resonating with that, this is the energy I'm picking up on from you guys right now, from some of you. So I definitely sense this Nine of Swords energy here. There's a bit of worry. There's a bit of anxiety here. But again, going back to this Wheel, so if you're feeling like you may be at the bottom and you're thinking like, I don't know, can this turn around? Maybe you did get a little bit distracted. Maybe there was a bit of intimidation here, or something from the obstacles, or something you see that's in the way. But whatever this was or is, you are on your way back up to the top. You know what I'm saying? And, this is like divine intervention as well. You know what I'm saying? And with this clarified by the High Priestess, this is like you being able to have that connection to divine. It's the High Priestess is a mixture of like being connected with the 3D, but also being connected with the 5D. So you've kind of, removed the veil there, and you've got that you've opened up the door. There's that connection there between the two realms. And so it's like, you've got the use of knowledge and wisdom and support from both sides. Does that make sense? So, whatever you can obtain in the physical, in terms of skill sets or any kind of knowledge that you require, or study that you may be wanting to do or have to do in order to make this a success, right? To get to your end goal here, you can do. But you've also got this great wisdom and knowledge from the 5D, and this can come in the form of like inner wisdom. So it's your higher self, or it's your instincts, right? Your gut feelings here. But this can also come from the divine. This is divine guidance. This could be your spirit guides, but this could be universe as well. This is universal assistance, maybe even to help you guys move forward with this project, idea, this business, whatever this is for you guys moving forward. So, and the thing here is you might be getting signs from the universe, signs from spirit. So do look out for those as well. So, I do feel like it's almost like with the Chariot, how there's no reins, but it's kind of like spirit saying, we've got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may feel maybe that you're a little bit not so much in control at the moment, okay? But, you've got this and we've got this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm seeing now, those, when they do those exercises, is it like, I think they use them mostly in therapy and things, don't they? But it's that, I forget what they call it, but it's when you're standing up and there's a person standing behind you and you're asked to just let yourself go and fall back with the trust that the person behind you is going to catch you. And it's like the universe wants you to sort of do that with them at the moment, with the universe, right? So, or your spirit guides even. So it's like, trust in us, right? Trust in the universe, because we've got you. So you're going to get to where you need to get to. And maybe, she's got the dice there too, hanging from her. Maybe this has felt like a bit of a gamble to you, and maybe this has been part of the worry as well. Like, I have made a bit of a gamble here. Will this pay off? For some of you, Pentacles, talk about material things. They talk about finances as well. Maybe you've financially invested in this thing, and now you're worrying, will I get return on my investment? Is this going to work out? And we just had a kookaburra turn up, guys. Hello. So a kookaburra just walked into your reading, and that is a sign of good luck, if I'm not mistaken. I'm still learning about all the meanings for the spirit animals and the realm there, but I believe they're good luck. You might want to look that up, but I do believe they are good luck. And so, I think that's a sign from spirit right there that you are getting the assistance. Oh, and he's just taken off. So that was your little sign, guys. A sign of good luck. And I did say the wheel does represent good luck. So whatever gamble you may have felt that you've taken at this point in time, it will pay off. It does mean, though, that you've got to do your part. So it's not going to come easily. You're not going to be able to cut corners here. This doesn't mean that, it's not overnight success or anything like that. Again, with the Temperance here, right? This may be a bit of a slow-moving energy. Have a bit of patience here with yourself, but also with this process. But you will get there. Okay, you will get there. So I do feel this is a yes for you guys. I do feel this is a yes. But there is obviously, like I said, there's a lot involved on your part, okay? It's about you staying focused, keeping that determination, and putting the effort in. So if you do need to know more about the subject at hand, or whatever it is that you're working on, whatever this is in relation to, if there's study that needs to happen here, some kind of, a gaining of more knowledge, do put effort into doing that if you know that that's going to help you progress you forward, and you have the strength, you have the ability to do this. Okay, I just heard for some of you, this is even like, I may have to go back to college or university or something here. And there's a worry around that for some of you, because I feel like perhaps you feel like you're past that point in your life of being at that stage in your life. So maybe this is later on in life for you, and you're thinking like, oh, well, at this age, can I go back to university? That's a big thing for me to go back and have to study, go to lectures and all those kinds of things. But maybe this is what needs to be done here. Also too, this can be doing, like I said, like night courses or something. So, for some of you too, I'm sensing maybe, you're very good at one side, if this is business related, if there's one side of something that you're doing. So the product that you're making, for instance, if you're creating something with your hands, like I said, and maybe you're selling it online, whatever you're doing, and you may be very good at that, but what you lack is perhaps the knowledge in the financial side of things, the bookwork side of things, right? And so maybe you're sort of saying to yourself, oh, I know I'm going to have to learn more about this, I'm going to have to maybe take a course, because I really don't know anything about this. And, and if I knew more about it, it really would help move me forward. And, it very well may. And, it is in your hands to take that upon yourself and say, okay, I'm going to put the effort in and I'm going to do this. So like I said, guys, I feel like the answer is yes, right? But there's just, and I'm being brought to that episode of, I couldn't think of the name almost then, Big Bang Theory, right? And if anyone's seen the show, and I'm sure a lot of you have, and the character Penny, right, there was an episode where she was making these, and I forget what they were called. Was it a name of a flower? They were flowers, but I don't remember. But they were hair clips she was making, and she stuck flowers to these hair clips, and then she covered them with some, diamantes or jewels or something like that, gemstone type things. And she was wearing them one day at work, and then someone at work said, oh, they're really pretty. Can I, where did you get it? And she said, oh no, I made it myself. And she said, oh, you made that? Could you make me one? And then she's like, well, yeah, sure. And then, people were asking her to make them for him. And then she thought, oh, well, maybe I can make, maybe I can make some money off of this. Maybe I can make a business out of this. And then, so she decides, yeah, I'm gonna give this a go. But then, of course, Sheldon finds out about it. And then he's like, what are you doing? And so she explains. And he says, you're not going to be able to create this business the way that you're doing it. It's not going to, work out. This isn't productive and all this sort of thing. So in the end, she says, can you help me, Sheldon? And so he organizes her and says, well, first of all, your workspace needs to be more organized. We can use a different glue or something that sets quicker. You'll be able to make more, quicker amount of time, all that kind of stuff. And then if I remember correctly, as the episode goes on, basically Leonard makes her a website where people can order online, and then she got this order for 1,000 of them, and because she's just her doing them, she was like, how can I make 1,000 of them? Why did you do that? And then she was in a panic because someone had already paid for 1,000 orders. And to be fair, and this is what I'm talking about in that episode as well, right then and there she wanted to give up, and she said, no, just give them their money back and I'm done with this, it's whatever. But the rest of the boys helped her out and said, look, we can make a production line, we can get this going, and we can ship this out. And they did it. And she went, okay, I'm going to stick with it, and they did it. They did 1,000. I can't remember the name of them. It was some kind of cheesy but catchy kind of name. I can't remember what they were called, but yes, so that's an example, right, guys? But this may be the kind of thing that you are looking at, and if that is the case, again, I do feel like this is a yes for you guys, but it is through your hard work and determination and staying focused on this idea of yours, on this goal, on this thing that you're working on, be it a business, be it still at the idea stage, whatever. But it is up to you, right, to get this to where it needs to be. You do have the support and the assistance of your spirit guides, the universe, the spiritual realm in general, okay? But, again, a lot of this is going to come from you and your determination, your hard work. And again, patience, guys. I'm just looking at the Temperance card again. Have patience with yourself, but also patience with the process. So I really hope this helped you guys. And please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading today. Lots of love, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye. Hey Pile 4, and welcome to your reading. So I'm outside. Now I am in a different location for you guys than where I did the other 3 piles. So I do apologize, as I am kind of near a road, so there may be some car noises. I do apologize about that. Now, today we are asking your yes or no question, so hopefully you've had some time to think about that and you know what question that is that you're wanting to ask. So just reading out the cards here, 4 and then 4 clarifiers. So we've got the 7 of Swords, clarified by the World. We have the 5 of Pentacles, and that is clarified by the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Swords, clarified by the 10 of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords, clarified by the 10 of Wands. So let's get into this. So with this Seven of Swords, right? This can be dishonesty, some secrecy here, some kind of deception, right, from somebody. Or this could even be you. We have the world as well. So the world is about completion, the end of a cycle. It's about fulfillment, okay? So I'm sensing perhaps here some of you, I'm sensing more there's a situation where maybe once you were fulfilled and, you felt like, you had the success and everything sort of that you wanted. But I'm getting there's some kind of untold truth here with this Seven of Swords. Somebody may be keeping secrets or maybe just unsure of how they feel about something. If this is a question about yourself, maybe you're unsure about how you feel about something or someone, if this is in relation to a person, right, and not just a situation. If there was something achieved here, I don't feel it was perhaps in an honest way. So maybe there could have been some obstacles here. This is something you're trying to achieve right now, or you had achieved, right, if this is past tense. There's a need to be cautious because you may not be able to trust everyone around you right now. So maybe somebody wants the same thing as you, or maybe they wanted the same thing as you if this has already happened. There's a bit of jealousy, a bit of competition here, or perhaps somebody just not wanting you to succeed. Now, if this is in terms of a relationship, there may be a need, pile 4, to look deeper into this connection because there could be underlying issues at play here. And whilst things may seem to be going well on the surface, maybe all is not what it seems. And, do remember, guys, please take this as it resonates. And I will say, I do not do relationship readings for a reason on my channel. And it's just because I don't entirely like tapping into that kind of energy, for people. I just, I don't want to tell somebody you should leave this person or whatever else. Of course, you have to use your own good judgment, right? But they're not my thing, to be honest with you guys. I would be really honest. I much rather do tarot readings on personal growth and, career and all those kinds of things than love readings. And I always know if I do 4 piles that it is going to end up that one of them, of course, will be about a relationship. So if this is about a relationship for you guys, again, only take what resonates, okay? And at the end of the day, use your good judgment, okay? So don't just, she said, right? Don't do that, okay? Just do based on your good judgment and what you know to be right for you, okay? So now I'm not suggesting that obviously you guys go accusing perhaps your partner of things or another person if you truly feel that things are good and honest, but if you've been having that sort of gut feeling that something's off, then it might pay to listen to that feeling and look a little deeper into the situation. So we have the 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, right? So the 5 is clarified by the 10. So the 5 of Pentacles is all about, sort of feeling left out in the cold, having a lack of something, right? Lack of stability, lack of, finances even, maybe, of course, Pentacles being the material. And the 10 of Pentacles being the ultimate, right? Having it all. So in general, things will get better. It's your struggles will pay off if you've been through struggles. So if this is generally about like success for some of you guys, or something that you've been trying to obtain, or maybe you have obtained, but there's still some questions around this success or whatever it is that you're asking about here, and maybe you've been through it, like I said, with some obstacles and things with the 7 of Swords. there could be more stability and security ahead for you. This could be the end of some kind of financial worries or troubles for some of you. But in terms of relationship, this can indicate that things, will get better. There's healing here. There could be resolution here, if you wanted, of course. I feel if that's what both parties want, okay? So, be it family, romantic, friendship, whatever this is that you're asking about. So yeah, pentacles represent the material world, right? And at the end of the day, those things may bring us moments of joy, not always, but not always eternal happiness. So maybe for some of you, it's like you got the success you wanted, and maybe that was a struggle with the Seven of Swords, like I said, right? Maybe you're questioning, some of you, was this really worth it? So we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is about heartbreak. It's about pain, okay? Perhaps loss even too, right? And then we have the Ten of Cups. Again, this is emotional fulfillment, right? This is happiness. So in terms of relationship, there could be issues here, again, perhaps underlying. I feel there's a need for maybe better communication here. I just feel like this could be somebody here, you or, this person in question, maybe might be acting like everything is fine, but underneath there is pain, there's hurt, there's sorrow. And with the Seven of Swords, again, this could be somebody not expressing the whole truth of a situation. So with the Knight of Swords here, this represents, assertiveness, confidence, the Knight of Swords, he moves quick, right? And when I say he, it's not gender specific, guys. We're just talking about the energy. And you can see, right, how he's running for the motorbike. He wants to go even faster, perhaps. So, sorry guys, car. You may be in the position here to take some kind of action to change this situation or resolve this situation. Now the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands, I don't know why I said swords. Maybe there has been some kind of betrayal or something, guys. Take that as it resonates. But this is about burdens and responsibilities with the Ten of Wands. You may be in the midst here of something very challenging. And, look at this knight. He's running, right? He's ready. So you have what it takes to pull through or to do what needs to be done. Again, one's being burdens and responsibilities. And, with the cards here, like the Three of Swords, somebody here, you or them, could be feeling like it's like trying to keep up appearances, I'm hearing, right? Or trying to push through, but it's hard. It feels heavy, right? I mean, look at all that stuff on the animal. And even then, she's having to carry a suitcase, right? Because not all of it can fit. Because there's too much weighing on the animal. Basically, guys, the main energy I'm picking up here is that somebody's unhappy here, okay? Something is not going to plan. Or things aren't as they seem. And maybe it felt like, there has had to be like a keeping up of appearances, like I said, just to say that again. There's only so long that somebody can do that, right? There's only so long you can do that for and hold that up. So if your question was, are things okay? If this is more the person in question. Now, I don't want to say a straight out no, but I am getting a no here, guys. No, I don't think things are as they seem. I don't think things perhaps are okay. But I'm going to leave it as a maybe, right? Because you're going to need to, again, listen to your intuition to know whether this, fits your situation or not. But there could be, some discontent here, unhappiness, sadness, maybe even pain, like I said, with the Three of Swords. Now, will you get past this, if that's your question? Yes, it is possible. things can be worked on here. Things can change, right? With that Knight of Swords. But, you know, I feel that things need to be out in the open first. So if this is in terms of a relationship, be it platonic or romantic, right, or family or something like that, I feel that there's a need for you to maybe express how you feel, if this relates to you in person, or if it's the other person again. You know, there's some kind of expression here of the truth. You know, an understanding needs to happen here of what's really at the core, what's really being felt, and, you know, what's really going on. You know, maybe something's being suppressed here. You know, maybe there's feelings being suppressed. And, you know, that could be something that maybe you really needed to hear today if that was you. You know, maybe you've sort of deep down you're aware of these feelings, but you're sort of reluctant to maybe deal with them or bring them to the surface. And so maybe this is a confirmation or a validation in some form for some of you about your current feelings in terms of perhaps a relationship or a situation. So this was your reading today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I wanted to keep these short today. If you did like this reading, as in, you know, if it resonated, please do like and subscribe, or leave me a comment down in the comment section. I would love that. Other than that, take care, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.